Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do some more work on the Jeep. We're going to be fabricating this rear bumper. It's a rear MJ bumper kit from JCR Offroad. They're about the only company that makes a rear bumper for the MJ, so choices are kind of limited. There are a couple other out there that also fabricate bumpers for the MJ, but this one kind of suited my needs the best. So yeah, let's get right to it. Okay, so first off, we're going to need angle finder, lots of grinders, and of course, welder. So, let's take a look at these parts here. So we got rubber pipes. Let's get this out of the way so I can actually see what we're doing here. All right. Of course, stickers. So if you looking for MJ parts, check out JCROffroad.com. Go check them out. They got some really good stuff for both XJ and MJ. So yeah, come check them out. All right, so the other thing, this is the hitch plug that JCR sends with the bumper kit. It's gonna weld in right there. JCR says this bumper is not recommended for towing, but we're gonna need this setup to tow. I've got a camper, the camper and the boat and everything else that I need to pull with the truck. So we're going to step it up a notch and add a proper receiver, and I'm going to tie it in with another piece of tube I have over here. We're going to tie it into the frame rails so it'll be good and solid and strong enough to pull a trailer. Now, I don't know exactly what the tow rating is going to be, but I'm not pulling a 30-foot trailer or anything with this Jeep. I mean, the Jeep itself is not really highly rated for towing, but my 1,200-pound camper, my 1,500-pound boat, it'll definitely pull that without any troubles once I've beefed all this up. So I'm not concerned about it. But this is purely for entertainment and educational purposes only. It's not a source of what would you call that? Not a source of technical information. So use at your own risk. We are going against what JCR recommends for their product and beefing it up and modifying it and making it better for our purposes. So yeah, so there's that. So let's get cracking. We got to pull the instructions out and start bending up some metal. Okay, so we're not quite ready for this center section yet, so we'll just set this off to the side. We are going to start on the wings and frame brackets. So get those fabricated up also. JCR, if you go to their website and look under this product listing, they've got a great YouTube video that you can follow along to help fabricate all of this. So besides the paper instructions that come with the kit, we're going to be following those and the video as well, so really helpful. Okay, I lied. So we're not going to start with the brackets and the side wings. We're actually going to start with the main body of the bumper first. So we'll get this stuff out of the way and get the main part done. Okay, so the instructions say the first bend is this bend right here, which needs to be bent at a 90. They recommend you use a metal table to make this bend, but I don't have a metal table. I've got a wood table, just like in the video. So we're just going to follow right along and do the best we can with what we got. First thing we're going to do is calibrate our meter. All right. Always wear proper PPE. Okay, we're at 82.5. And they're hitting our clamps, so I need to scoot this out just a skosh. There we go. Okay, 90 degrees. Very nice. Instructions say 40 degrees is the next bend here. Okay. So the last one, the last bend you have to make is 50-degree bend here, but this is a really thin surface. So just like the video suggested, we're going to take these little bend tabs, or whatever you want to call them, these perforation cuts, and put a little notch in them here in the center so that the center doesn't buckle up when we're trying to bend that. All right. Running out of table width. We're gonna have to take a little different approach. I don't have enough lip on this table to get 50 degrees out of that, so take a little different approach. We need 50 degrees from this surface here. So we're going to clamp it here and then use some pliers and we'll bend that up. One of these days I'll get a metal fabrication table and we should be able to do this a lot easier. But you know, one step at a time. Gotta build another garage first. That's coming soon. Teaser. Okay, so let's stick that on there. $49.9, I can live with that. Just need to go a little bit more on this side here. That's going to distort a little bit when we weld it all up, but you know, we'll keep it try to keep it as close as possible. All right, on to the next piece. Some of this I'm just going to fast forward through because, like I said, if you really want to follow along, you can follow the BleepinJeep video that JCR put on their website. That's really great stuff. It'll walk you through step-by-step process. So we're just going to blaze right through this and jump around. No sense in covering the same thing twice. Okay. Got our wings bent. We'll set those aside for a sec. we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. So these line up just like so. Like that. Yeah. So there's a little bit of a gap there. That's fine. That'll weld up. I'm gonna bevel this a little bit because I'm using a 110 welder and it doesn't have quite the same penetration as a 220 welder does. So I'm gonna put a little bevel in there so I can get deeper in on that weld. Okay, that's tacked up. Got the main part of the shell all tacked up. Looking pretty good. Yeah, nice and flat across here. A little bit of a drop there, but it's all right. Perfect. Time to weld it all up. Yeah, I'd say that's gonna fit pretty nice. Hell yes. All right. Now the not so fun part. Gotta weld up all these seams and then grind it down. So here we go. Gotta let the welder cool down a little bit, so in the meantime we'll grind down these welds. And well, looks like my MIG gun died. The trigger's working, but somewhere in the liner the cable's broke because it quit working, quit feeding. So I'm about a quarter of the way done, so I guess we'll be switching over to the TIG welder. I mean, it's a lot slower welding, but it'll be a lot cleaner, less grinding. So setbacks. Now I got the main body of the bumper all dialed in. Looking sharp. Now I need to get cracking on these brackets. Okay, got the uprights tacked in place. Good and square. Yep. Okay, we're ready for a test fit. All right, this is why we tack before we finish weld. So it's kind of hard to see in the video, but this plate right here is touching the frame rail. And this plate here is almost inside the frame rail or spring hanger, but it's got to basically get up over that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to break these tacks loose and adjust it by about 1/4 inch. All right, bumper is installed. Looking good. We got the cutouts for the backup lights. We'll get those wired in later. We're not really worried about it right now. I still got to get them bolted in. I added a reinforcement for the hitch there. Ties into the frame rails. Added an extra plate in there, so that hitch is going to be good and strong for everything we need it for. So yeah, so now we just got to put the tailgate back on and button everything back up. And yeah, we'll be ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna go get myself cleaned up because I think I'm wearing half of the bumper that I built. So we'll catch you in the next episode. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.